Which article of the Indian Constitution prohibits the employment of children? Article 24. Which article of the Indian Constitution explains the manner of election of Indian President? Article 55. When did the Right to Education Act come into force? On 1st April 2010. When the Indian Parliament passed the Right to Information Act? 15th June 2005. Which article of the Constitution empowers the central government to suspend the provisions of Article 19 during emergencies? Article 358. As per Article 79 of the Indian Constitution, the Indian Parliament consists of the President, Lok Sabha, and Rajya Sabha. Which is the first Indian president to vote in the Legislative Assembly? APJ Abdul Kalam. Who compiled the Malayalam dictionary Shabdadharavali? S. Padmanabha Pillai. When the Srimulam Praja Sabha was established? 1904. Whose pen name is Kakanadan? George Varghese. Who is known as the Jhansi Rani of Travancore? Kamma who advised Sri Chittira Tirunal Balarama Varma to issue his famous temple entry proclamation in 1936, Sir C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer. What was the original name of Chattambi Swamigal? Kunyan Pillai. Muthukutti was the original of a famous reformer from Kerala. Who was that? Vaikunda Swamigal. What was the name of the magazine started by the SNDP Yogam? Vivekodayam. Who wrote the book Parkalitta Porkalam? Vakam Abdul Khader Maulavi. Saint Kuriakose Elias Chavara was born on 10th February 1805. Who is present Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog? Rajiv Kumar. ഇത് 2017 question ആണ്. Who won the gold medal of 100-meter race for men in the IAAF World Champion in London 2017? Justin Gatlin. The Operation Blackboard was launched in the year 1987 to 88. In which year Dr. Ranganathan enunciated 5 laws of library science? 1928. Library movement in India was started in which year? 1910. Who categorized information sources into conventional, non-conventional, neo-conventional, and micro documents? Ranganathan. Which one is not the primary source of information in the following? Indexing periodical. Oceanography is obtained by which mode of formation of subjects? Distillation. Apupa pattern is related with which process? Classification. What name was given to the rules regarding cataloging by Ranganathan? Canons. What is the full form of MBO? Management by Objective. What is the full form of HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Who said that library is the heart of the institution? Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Who was the first librarian of New Imperial Library? Macfarlane. The significance of the year 2011 for LIS education in India is centenary year. Biotechnology is formed as a result of fusion. Assertion. Primary sources provide most authentic information for research. This statement is correct. Primary sources are highly unorganized. This statement is also correct. But this assertion is not the correct explanation of this reason is not the correct explanation of this assertion. Which one of the following is a bulletin board service on internet? Blog. Radio frequency identification is used in library for circulation of document and security of document. In 1974, Zurkowsky used for the first time which of the following term? Information literacy. Who coined the term Library 2.0? Michael Casey. Which protocol does not affect the email communication setup? TCP or IP? Who coined the acronym POSCO? Luther Gully. The National Library for Visually Handicapped is located at Dehradun. Herzberg's two-factor theory deals with motivation. Which one is the publisher of DDC 23rd edition, OCLC? In classification, the term BSO stands for Broad System of Ordering. Berne Convention in 1886 is related with copyright. In CZ, main class are divided into facets. Indian Science Abstract is published by INSDOC. Citation indexing was first developed in the field of law. NISCAR full form is National Institute of Science Communication and Information Resources. Which committee recommended 6.5% of university budget for its library? Ranganathan Committee. Identify the secondary sources from the following. Directories. Which one is the volatile memory of computer? RAM. The principle that helps in the identification of personality category in colon classification is residue method. The program that is used to store the machine language program into the memory of the computer is called loader. Assertion. WebOpac is a computerized library catalog available to the patron online. The statement is correct. It can be searched by the user within the four walls of the library only. This statement is wrong. So the answer is option C. UNESCO assisted in setting up a model public library in India, and the name of that library is Delhi Public Library. When DDC version DOI for Windows was published in 1996. RSS feed is tool of Web 2.0. Who is referred to as the father of encyclopedia? Aristotle. Mean, mode, median are measure of central tendency. The principle of local variation is associated with cataloging. Dublin Core metadata consists of 15 elements. World of Learning is published by Europa Publication. What is suitable reference source to find out the list of historical monuments of Bangalore? Guidebook. What is correct about UDC scheme of classification? It is faceted classification scheme. That is correct. Paul Otlet and Henry LaFontaine are associated with it. That is too correct. It has a relative index. It uses pure notification. These two statements are wrong. So the answer is option B. Who is known as the father of artificial intelligence? J. McCarthy. What are two main methods of measuring impact factor of any information retrieval system? Recall rate and precision rate. So the answer is option B. Who produced the law 1 is to n is to n square about relation between the reference of research journal? Bradford. By which name Delivery of Books Act 1954 was revised in 1956? Delivery of Books and Newspapers Public Libraries Act 1956. The order of thing, material, and action among various components of a compound subject was expanded by D.J. Coates. Which of the following are open source content management system? Drupal is correct, Joomla is correct, and OpenCMS is correct. So option B is the correct answer. Fair use is a term most relevant to copyright. CCF stands for Common Communication Format. The Library Association in UK is now the component of SILIC. The network topology in which nodes are connected to a central hub is known as star topology. Who propounded conservative, moderate, and liberal theories of reference service? James I. Quire. Arrange the following act according to the year of enactment. The correct option is B. Copyright Act, then the Patent Act, then IPR Act, and finally the Information Tech Act. Peter Furr developed this technique, zero-based budgeting. ISDN stands for Integrated Service Digital Network. Caliber is sponsored by InflipNet. Encyclopedia of Library and Information Science is published by Marcel Decker. World of Learning is a directory. The principle of literacy warrant was propounded by W. Hull. WIPO stands for World Intellectual Property Organization. Identify the correct order of evolution of the following storage order. The correct option is A. First clay tablet, then paper, then microcard, and finally magnetic tape. Source, message, transmitter, and receiver are the components of communication model developed by Shannon Weaver. The acronym for Association for Information Management is ASLIB. Routing or periodicals is SAS. In 1966, the MARC as pilot project was launched by Library of Congress. 19th question is cancelled one. Which one of the following is the full name of Melville Dewey? Melville Louis Kossuth Dewey. How many types of common isolates are in Collin classification? 2. Anglo-American Code was published in the year 1908. Who stated that to provide the right book to the right reader at the right time? Drury. Concept of reference librarian was first initiated by Samuel S. Green. In reference section, newspaper clipping service uh, is an anticipatory service. The word encyclopedia is derived from the Greek word. NTLTD is an e-thesis and dissertation project. Shodhganga project is implemented by InflipNet. Delivery of Books Act was enacted in the year 1954.